Hey everybody, how's it going? My name is Luke, and I am here to show you a fun little build that we've got here. Yeah, let's just get a few things out of the way here right at the start. Is the build viable? It's a fun word a lot of the ESO community likes to throw around. And the answer is yes, most definitely. Most definitely it is. I think this might surprise some of you actually. And secondly, we are on PTS, so the light and heavy attack changes that are not actually going into live, we found that out recently, are still in effect. And so what that essentially means is, I'm not sure if this is just me or everyone else, but I have seen about a 2 to 4k decrease in DPS. It just depends on what build you're running. But on my main build, I saw about a 3 to 4k. So whatever we pull on here in the video, you can add anything from 2 to 4k and be happy with that. The third thing is that some people don't know exactly a good benchmark to set their build for themselves if they want to come up with something on their own. A good thing to do is parse on a 3 million dummy, and if you're able to pull 30k, you can do all the content, not extremely well, but you can do it. 35k is really pristine. That's where you really want to try to shoot for, because then you're going to be able to do, vet trials, you can do skin runs, all that fun stuff. And this build can do that pretty well, actually. So I'm just going to go ahead and tell you that much. Yeah, so let's go ahead and get into stats. We are playing an orc, though you can run this on pretty much anything, anything you like. Orc just pulls the highest numbers. We're running 29, 89 flat weapon damage and 51.4% weapon critical. Running the Shadow Mundustone, and for parsing purposes we're using the Lavafoot Soup and Saltrice. You can use Dubious Cameran when you're actually out doing dungeons and trials, or the Clockwork food. Any of those work. This is purely for parsing, so I'd recommend Dubious or Clockwork otherwise. Let's go into gear. We are running a heavy Selene and a light Selene shoulder. Heavy helmet, light shoulder. All of our gear is in Divines, and it's all stamina enchantment. Our body pieces, that is to say our chest, waist, feet, legs, and gloves, are all perfected Reliquin. Our weapons and jewelry are going to be perfected Locket Steeds, and we're running weapon damage and Bloodthirsty on our necklace and jewelry. Our weapon is precise, and I'm running just regular crown poisons on here. So actually, if you make some of the double dot poisons or what have you, you'll probably pull higher than what I'm pulling. And we are running the Master's Bow with an infused trait and a weapon damage enchantment to really crunch out as much as we can. So a few things on perfected gear. You can run this without perfected gear and still pull very similar numbers. You might see a 1 to 2k decrease. The main set you want to try to perfect out if you're going to run this is Locket Steeds, and the purpose is because or rather the reason for that is because the 5-piece does add 833 weapon critical, and by virtue of using sword and shield we're going to have a lower crit rating, so we do run precise, and we're able to get 51% in tandem with our skills. If you run non-perfected, you can use the Thief Stone to bump that up, or you may be able to actually get away with the Shadow Stone. That's just something you'll have to test out. But yeah, that's what we're running for gear. Let's go ahead and jump into skills. On our front bar, we're using Noxious Breath, Venomous Claw, Stone Giant, Consuming Trap, Camo Hunter, and Flawless Dawnbreaker. On our back bar, we're running Endless Hail, Poison Injection, very important to our Master's Bow. This ability is interesting. Should you wish to run something else, you could, but we're using Acid Spray. We are also running Flames of Oblivion, Barbed Trap, and Standard of Might. So those are our 2 bars. Going over rotation real quick. The main ultimate you're going to be using is obviously Flawless. However, if you're opening in an engagement, and particularly if you're parsing with this, you do want to start out with Standard of Might, because that's going to give you a lot of damage up front. You can see here, standing in the area increases your damage done and reduces damage taken by 15%. That's extremely valuable. So that's really nice. Just, if you have it at the opening of a fight, go ahead and use it. As for the actual rotation, you want to pre-buff with your Flames of Oblivion so that you can get your Major Savagery. You'll see here that increases your weapon rating, weapon crit rating, which gets us up to roughly 50 at 49.1. And then you want to drop your Standard of Might if you have it. Let's actually go over here. Barbed Trap, Endless Hail, Poison Injection, Acid Spray, Flames of Oblivion again. When you're actually in the rotation, if you've pre-buffed, you don't have to reactivate it. Front Bar, Noxious Breath, Venomous Claw, Stone Giant, Consuming Trap, and then you're going to use your spammable Stone Giant 3 times. Now, make sure in between all of this that you're light attack weaving. That's part of the reason why this is actually, you can add damage to this parse for live, for the live servers, because the light attacks, you can see, they don't do a lot of damage at all on PTS right now. Let's just go over that again. Make sure you start with your potion, and just keep in mind, we are using weapon damage potions here, giving us Major Brutality and Major Savagery. Although with our skill setup, you actually have that on both bars, but you do want to be getting Major Brutality. If for some reason you're running with a Dragonknight that's able to give you Major Brutality, you could swap out your potion for, you know, something that gives you maybe Minor Heroism, so that you can activate your ultimate quicker. Maybe you have Minor Heroism potions, but the vast majority of us are going to be running Brutality potions. And just use your Flawless Dawnbreaker when ready. So I will go ahead and actually do a quick 3 mil parse here for you guys, so that you can see it in action. I may have a few hiccups here and there, but for the most part we should get this done pretty well. So here we go. We're going to pre-buff, drink our potion, standard, trap, and off we go. Okay, so you can see here that I parsed 36k, 36.6. That's about what I average for the higher end parses. So you can actually look here. I got 36, another 36 here, 34 back here. That was with several mess ups. But yeah, so like I said, at about 2 to 4k onto that, you'll be getting 38, up to 40k potentially on Sword and Board. So this is really impressive. I hope that you guys really try this out and give it a go. If you liked it, be sure to give this video a like, and hopefully I will see you guys later. Peace out.